Pokemon Platinum, but it's a randomized solo run where your only Pokemon evolves at every level. In this challenge, I'll be using a randomized file of Pokemon Platinum with randomized wild Pokemon, trainers, and static encounters. I'll be solo running this game only using my starter, and every time it levels up, it becomes a new Pokemon. In this mod, there's a move tutor available that can teach my Pokemon different moves, whether they are useful or not. When a Pokemon evolves, its level varies depending on its evolution, depending on its leveling XP rate. The rules of this challenge are very simple. I can only use my starter. I can use other Pokemon as HM slaves, but cannot use them at all besides that. No X items. And now let's get into the video. We start things off like any other game. We pick our name. We pick the name of our rival after my good friend Casey, aka Eagleheart. We got our choice in starters. It does not matter since they're gonna evolve right away. We got the choice of Magmar, Omnistar, and Fira. I picked Magmar just because it's a fire type, but my rival ended up picking Bacargo. I won the fight with my random moveset and evolved into a Spoink. After receiving my Pokemon, I headed to the professor's lab and ended up evolving into a Relicanth on the way. I learned how to catch Pokemon because I have never done that before. I head to Jubilife City, and on the way, Relicanth evolved to a Bellsprout, to a Goldeen, to a Sceptile, and finally into a Cherubi. We get our little watch and we head to the next town. Our rival comes out of nowhere and uses some very powerful Pokemon. His Stantler combined with extreme speed kept defeating my starter. I grinded up nearby and evolved into a Mankey, and with Mankey we got past the rival battle and evolved into Meditite. We make it to Orberg City and meet with the move tutor that's in this mod. Every Pokemon I evolve into will have a different moves to choose from. We ended up with the moveset Fire Fang, Vacuum Wave, Swagger, and Sludge Bomb. We found Rourke, the first gym leader in the mine, and evolved into a Swallow. Now it's time for the first gym battle. Overall, Rourke's team wasn't bad, but the Lapras in his team kept destroying my starter multiple times. I was not even close. So I decided to evolve Swallow into Gibble and gain the move Fisher from the move tutor. With this move, with a 30% accuracy, it one-shots any Pokemon. So with Gibble, we got lucky and one-shotted the Lapras, and then proceeded to one-shot the Persian the turn after. We got the first badge and evolved into a Teddy Ursa. We got the current moveset Muddy Water, Flamethrower, Sludge Bomb, and Fisher. On the way back to Jubilife City, Teddy Ursa evolved into a Bayleaf and faced against Team Galactic for the first time. Right after that battle, Bayleaf evolved into Venomoth and we head to Floroma Town. After facing a ground, Venomoth evolved into Tyrogue and we were unable to do anything, so we grinded up some XP and then evolved into Loveless. We beat the remaining grunts and evolved into Wigglytuff. We faced off against Team Galactic, Adamant, Mars in the Valley of Windworks. We beat her very easily and evolved into a Makuhita. On the way, we head to Eterna Forest, evolved into Slugma, and then into Cradily, and then into Psyduck, and finally, after a long journey, we make it into Eterna City, home of the second gym. And then for some reason, I decided to grind up a little bit more XP, but we ended up evolving into a Burmy. We started facing the Eterna gym, and we beat one of her followers, Moltres, with Burmy, and I don't know, I think that was pretty impressive. And then we evolved into a Weedle. We decided to face Gardena with Weedle for the memes. Weedle did great in battle, and with the challenging Pokemon, we one-shotted them with Fisher and got our second badge. After the battle, Weedle became a Ghastly, and we decided to face against Team Galactic again. We beat Adamant Jupiter with our Ghastly, and then we evolved into a Raichu. We get a bike and head towards the next town. We evolved into Loveless and then Wigglytuff, and that's when I noticed that we might be caught in an evolution loop when it's in full circle and it goes like this. As I continue to evolve, my theories are correct, and there's nothing I can do about it since this challenge is a solo run of my starter Pokemon. We evolve into Makuhita and face off against the third gym. The gym leader has a Dragonite and Tyranitar in her team, and she constantly clasps my starter. And unfortunately, I can't use Fisher due to the flying typing of the Dragonite. But Dragonite does have the ability Color Change, and I can use this to my advantage. We decided to get the move Earthquake for Muddy Water and faced against Dragonite with Slugma. We used Flamethrowers to make Dragonite a Fire type and finish him off with a Earthquake. We beat T-Tar and Electric with Earthquake as well, and then we got the third gym badge. We left Hearthome City to run into our rival. He had a formidable team with Seiwa and Salamence. His Salamence had access to Roar, Time, and Earthquake, and my Burmy was not gonna cut it, so Burmy evolved all the way to Raichu with the moveset Thunder Punch, Flamethrower, Earthquake, and Roar Time. We easily defeated our rival and continued to the next town. We explored a ruin and got some cool seals for our Pokeball. Hopefully this feature does make a return in the upcoming remakes. We traveled to Velstone City. We arrived at the Velstone City gym to punch some punchy bags to face against Maylene. We entered the battle with Makuhita, and Maylene's biggest threat was honestly her Lugia, who had access to Withdraw to raise up its defenses and Charm to lower my attack. The only super effective move I had in my arsenal was Thunder Punch, and with the status moves Lugia has, Thunder Punch barely does any damage. And after many attempts, I finally got lucky and got the paralysis on Lugia in the first turn. Managed to chip away enough damage to defeat Lugia and got my 4th gym badge. We gained Drain Punch as a reward and swapped it for Roar Time. We faced the Galactic team and met with Looker to end up all the way to Pastoria City. We right away faced Crasher Quake with Psyduck, and honestly Psyduck destroyed his team by spamming Flamethrower, and we easily got our 5th badge. We leave the gym to find an explosion. We pursue a bowl haircut culprit to meet with Cynthia. We make it past the Psyducks and head to Celestic Town. In Celestic Town, we face against Cyrus, and honestly, we easily beat him with just a Burmy. We acquire the HM Surf, and we teach our starter Surf to get the current moveset of Surf, Earthquake, Drain Punch, and Flamethrower. We head to Canalave City and face our rival. Here he has a formidable team with Croconaut, Spiritomb, and Registeel. We beat him with Bernie and face against the 6th gym Byron with Raichu. We had no problem with Byron and got the 6th gym badge. We headed to Iron Island to get the HM Strength, and we decided to skip the Iron Island quest and head to the Bane Island since it's not really necessary to complete it. Lake Cutie blows up and we head there to face against Saturn with our Love Disc. We had no problem with Surf, and we head to the next lake to face against Mars with Wigglytuff, and it was an easy battle as well. Our next task is to travel to Snowpoint City to get our next gym badge. Candace, the 7th gym leader, was formidable, and we lost plenty of times. We entered the battle with Slugma, and we finally defeated Candace to get our 7th gym badge. We snuck through Team Galactic's HQ to be greeted with the weakest team of this playthrough of Cyrus, while he has a Wurmple, Lotad, and Unknown. We freed the trio and then traveled to Spear Pillar. We teamed up with our rival to beat 2 more admins, and some cool animations took place, which I think were crazy to see back when Platinum first came out. We head to the Distortion World and got lost. We finally get to Cyrus, who had a very good team that sent me back to the Pokemon Center. We trained up all the way to Raichu, and we managed to defeat Cyrus. We encountered Giratina and head to Sunny Shore City to finish off our gym badges. We faced the 8th gym leader with Wigglytuff and managed to defeat him in our first try, and it got our last gym badge. We cleaned up our gym badges and headed to Victory Road to go up against the Pokemon League. Before we faced the League though, we had to have our final rival battle. My rival had good Pokemon to go up against, even a Dialga, but Cradilly took care of his team and we beat our rival. Before the Elite Four, we stock up on elixirs, items, and level up our starter. The moveset we are going to use for this Elite Four run is Earthquake, Ice Punch, Surf, and Flamethrower. 2 physical and 2 special attack moves, perfect for my mixed attackers. We entered the Elite Four with Ghastly and face against Aaron. The only Pokemon I struggled with is Alakazam. Well, we defeated his team no problem, and Ghastly is almost gonna level up by the end of the battle. We faced Bertha with Ghastly, and Bertha had a lot of weak Pokemon. Not worth mentioning, but it did give me a good enough XP to evolve Ghastly into Raichu. With Raichu, we face against Flint, who has a very good team with Uxie, Politoed, and Gliscor. With our diverse moveset and Raichu's good stats, we steamrolled his team and evolved into Love Disc. We faced the last of the Elite Four, which is Lucian. We easily steamrolled his team by spamming Surf. Finally, we face against Cynthia with our Love Disc. We beat Shieldon and Beedrill with Flamethrower. We struggled with Gyarados. Luckily, Gyarados didn't have a good moveset, and we shipped away his health with Flamethrower to try to get a burn. On the verge of defeat though, I did use Ice Punch in hopes that we get the freeze. Well, we got the RNG on our sides and we defeated the Gyarados by freezing him. We used Flamethrower on Execute and Surf on Marowak, and we managed to defeat Cynthia. We evolved into Wigglytuff and entered the Hall of Fame. Thank you guys for watching this playthrough. Let me know if you want to see more playthroughs like this. Subscribe to the channel and see you in the next one. Bye bye.